Is Caitlin Clark being unfairly targeted by the WNBA? That's the question on everyone's mind as we dive into the controversy surrounding Clark's first-round playoff game against the Connecticut Sun.
It's definitely upsetting. I don't think nobody in our league should be facing any sort of racism, hurtful, disrespectful, hateful comments and threats.
During the first 2 minutes of the first round playoff game of the Connecticut Sun versus the Indiana Fever, Dija Carrington poked Caitlin Clark in the eye. Caitlin fell to the ground. She was holding her face. The refs did not call a foul. They didn't call a flagrant foul. The play continued.
It all started with a seemingly innocuous play that turned into a significant talking point.
Dija is going up for the ball. She misses, and then her hand bends down like this and goes straight into Caitlin's eye.
Dija Carrington, while going for a ball, accidentally poked Clark in the eye. Clark fell to the floor, holding her face, but to the surprise of many, no foul was called, not even a flagrant one.
We all realize where the credit needs to be given as far as the success of this WNBA season. Caitlin Clark came in and made such an impact.
The game continued, but Caitlin Clark's WNBA journey, which has already been full of ups and downs, hit a new twist.
WNBA, I'm talking players, coaches, and refs. They're all a bunch of Caitlin Clark haters. They're all a bunch of jealous haters.
Yep.
This incident has opened the floodgates of discussion about how the league treats Clark. From questionable calls to technical fouls, it feels as though she's being held to a different standard than other players. Clark's rookie season has been nothing short of historic, drawing record-breaking viewership and attention to the WNBA. Yet every time she expresses emotion or reacts to a bad call, she's hit with a technical foul. Why is that? The eye poke incident. Let's start with the eye poke. Dija Carrington missed the ball and, in the process, her hand came down and hit Clark directly in the eye. It was unintentional, but it left Clark visibly hurt, holding her face in pain. No foul was called, not even a discussion from the refs. Could you imagine this happening to a male superstar in the NBA? Would LeBron James or Stephen Curry receive the same treatment? The WNBA is filled with passionate players, but when Caitlin Clark speaks up or shows emotion, the refs are quick to call a technical. It's no secret that Clark has been a game-changer for the WNBA. Her dynamic style of play, high basketball IQ, and undeniable talent have drawn new fans to the league. However, instead of being celebrated, it seems as though she's been singled out for her emotional reactions on the court. Clark's critics, both on and off the court, have accused her of being too brash, too competitive, and even too much for the league. Is this really about her behavior, or are we witnessing a double standard? A record-breaking season. Despite these challenges, Caitlin Clark has had an outstanding rookie season. She was the driving force behind the Indiana Fever, leading them to their best performances in years. Clark's debut playoff game attracted 1.84 million viewers, the highest-rated WNBA playoff game since the 2000 finals. That alone is proof of the cultural impact she's having on the league, drawing attention from both die-hard fans and newcomers alike. Yet, after such a successful season, the Fever's playoff run ended abruptly. The team was eliminated after 2 losses to the Connecticut Sun, with Clark's potential suspension looming large due to her accumulation of technical fouls. It's baffling that a player who has brought so much attention and excitement to the WNBA is constantly scrutinized for things that are overlooked when it comes to other players. The technical fouls, a double standard? Let's dive deeper into the technical fouls that have plagued Clark's season. First, there was the infamous delay of game call. It wasn't even something blatant, it was an action that's overlooked most of the time. Yet Clark was hit with a technical. Compare this to other players who argue calls or show frustration without facing consequences. Clark's 5th technical was perhaps the most puzzling. After missing a shot, she slapped her hands on the basket support in frustration, a totally human reaction. But instead of giving her a warning, the refs were quick to issue yet another technical foul. This inconsistency in officiating is something that's frustrating for not just Clark but for fans of the game who want to see fair play. So, is the WNBA targeting Clark because she's emotional and passionate? Or is there something deeper going on here? It's a question many fans are asking. After all, other players, like Angel Reese, have committed serious fouls without facing the same level of scrutiny. Earlier in the season, Reese committed a flagrant foul on Clark, but did she face the same backlash? No. It's like there are 2 sets of rules, one for Caitlin Clark and one for everyone else. Impact off the court. Caitlin Clark isn't just changing the game on the court, she's also having an impact off of it. Her fans are some of the most passionate in the league, and they've followed her every move since her college days. However, with great fame comes great scrutiny. Recently, Clark's fanbase has been criticized for being overly aggressive, and some even accuse them of being sexist and racist toward other players, including Angel Reese. This kind of behavior is unacceptable in sports, and it raises questions about how fan culture is evolving in women's basketball. But here's the thing, Caitlin Clark has never encouraged this behavior. In fact, she's been a class act throughout her entire career, showing respect to her opponents and representing the league in a positive light. It's unfortunate that some fans have taken things too far, but that doesn't diminish the incredible impact Clark has had on growing the sport. The future of Caitlin Clark. Despite the controversies, there's no denying that Caitlin Clark is a generational talent. Her ability to score, assist, and lead on the court is unparalleled. She's been breaking records all season long, including becoming the first rookie to record a triple-double in the WNBA. Clark led all rookies with an average of 19, 2 points per game and 8, 4 assists per game. These are numbers that any seasoned veteran would be proud of, let alone a rookie. Yet, as we look toward the future, the question remains, how will the WNBA handle its brightest star? Will Clark continue to face unfair treatment, or will the league recognize that she's not just another player, she's someone who is transforming the game? If the WNBA wants to grow, they need players like Caitlin Clark. They need players who draw in new fans, break records, and, yes, show passion on the court. Conclusion: Caitlin Clark's first season in the WNBA has been nothing short of remarkable. She's shattered records, drawn in millions of viewers, and brought a new level of excitement to the league. However, her journey has also been marred by unfair treatment and questionable officiating. Whether it's technical fouls for minor infractions or the lack of calls when she's fouled, it's clear that Clark is being held to a different standard. As fans, we can only hope that the WNBA sees the value that Clark brings to the league. She's not just a great player, she's a cultural phenomenon. The league needs to protect its stars, not penalize them for showing emotion or playing with intensity. After all, that's what makes basketball so exciting: the passion, the fire, and the love of the game. So, will Caitlin Clark's journey in the WNBA continue to be one of overcoming adversity? Or will the league finally give her the fair treatment she deserves? Only time will tell. But one thing's for sure, Clark isn't going anywhere. She's here to stay, and she's only just getting started. Stay tuned to SportPulse for more updates on this ongoing story and all things WNBA.